Another big thank you, Neil Ritchie. Yes, it's good in the coming of foreign accents down there at the podium, always a good sound. And again, Rhys Holmes is out there again. We've heard the story from Spider before, but Jaden Carrick, pole position man, John Ross and moves quickly across to the right-hand side, and he might even lead through Toyota for the first time, and of course also Toby Summers right up there with them too. So one of the prime classes, in fact, one of the prime classes in world motorcycling, and this is the class, European class, of course, where Thomas Cruz has a second against all the top riders from Europe, running over street circuits in Europe as well there too. And of course it is the class, the support class for World Superbikes, and a hotly contested class at that. John Ross is making the big.
Look at that, that's Avalon Biddle, mate, up in second place, and she put her nose in front of John Ross going in towards Higgins for the first lap here for the 600 class Formula 2, so she was about 7th or 8th in the last race.
She was, yes, and she sort of, she was in that top 10, wasn't she, constantly in that top 10.
Look at the legs she's got on the bike, it's just, she flies through there, and John Ross outbreaks it. Yeah, unbelievable. Well, actually, it's believable. She had a lot of experience in Europe this year, and she's got Jake Lewis in the pits here helping her out today, but the legs of that bike over and above John Ross are quite impressive. Yamaha in third place with Tony Summers on the 777. We go down to Jaden Carrick, who had off in the last race, and then Rhys Holmes on the John Tuhoy sponsored bike in 5th place. Dan Medham should come up through the group a bit more. Dan had a great race last race. Thomas Kreutz, the mad German, in 7th. Al Hugenboosom's improved on his last race so far. Adam Chambers and Phil Vranick in the top 10 with Shane Richardson and Rex Mitchell following up in the next 2 positions there. So Avalon Biddle absolutely on fire. She's the quickest on the track at the moment by about 0.2 of a second, and look at the legs of this bike coming out of the corner. She's a little more diminutive, smaller than John Ross, but I don't think that's got anything to do with it. It just seems to be the faster bike in the team.
Supported by Suzuki New Zealand, and the 5th fastest qualifier as well there too. She was in that group. Remember, there was a couple in the 68s. Jaden and Toby Summers were in that lot, and then there was 3 or 4 there in fact, also in that lot was John Ross. Then you had Adam Chambers, Avalon, Daniel Medham, and Aaron were all in the 69. So she was all part of that lot early on. But you're right, we didn't see that much. She wasn't a threat to the lead bunch in that first race. But again, encouraging very nice to the Spanish lady who is a Spanish sports journalist as well, and who will be, no doubt, reporting all this back to the international media, the motorcycling media, certainly to Spain, where they love young riders. In fact, cater for them big time as well. This is brilliant racing in the Pirelli Supersport, the second race of the day, and the points at the moment being led by Toby Summers. Starts this race with 72 points, ahead of Daniel Medham on 58, also on 58 Adam Chambers, Rhys Holmes on 49, and Jaden Carrick back on 47. The DNF in that first race didn't do his points any service whatsoever, so he'll be also keen out there, sitting in 4th place at the moment. So that is a gaggle. You wouldn't want to have any lazy dollars on that lot at the moment. Any one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the lead 3 at the moment, making a wee bit of a move over there. Adam Chambers is running, just recorded the fastest lap just last time round.
He's in 8th spot too.
Sitting in 8th spot, yeah, but he's always been part of the 8th spot is pretty close though, Spider. Look at them as they cross the line. 1, 2, 3. And all covered in a distance of about 100 metres, so nothing in it all really.
And Rhys Holmes on a fly, moved through from 3rd into 4th into 3rd. Now he's on the tail of Toby Summers, so he's put Avalon Biddle down there a bit. So Rhys Holmes on a fly. There he goes through, trying for 2nd place, and also quickest man on the track is Thomas Kreutz now. Thomas is in 6th place, the bad German. So Avalon Biddle out in the front. Where the hell is John Ross gone?
Back there in 3rd place. Third or 4th.
He's got down to 4th place. Avalon Biddle, this is going to be the ride of the day. But Toby Summers is coming hunting you, and look at that. Rhys Holmes here coming through there. He's going to try to dive up on the inside of Toby Summers, both on Yamahas. 777 for Toby Summers in 2nd place, and 41 for Rhys Holmes in 3rd place, and a little gap back there to 4th place, and that number 4 is John Ross now. In fact, it looks like John Ross has been relegated to 5th, so that's probably Thomas Kreutz come through there. Jaden Carrick in the mix as well, and Dan Medham was a high flyer in the last race, but he's down in 7th place, so they come round for another lap. 12-lap races for the Supersport, the Formula 2 class, and there's nothing. Rhys Holmes is flying up on the inside. I think he's just about got it there. Avalon Biddle only by about 2 to 3 bike lengths for his home. Tries to dive in underneath Toby Summers on the 777 Summers Plumbers bike, but doesn't make it stick. But remember, he has got about a 24-hour bug at the moment. He says he's going to the toilet more often than not. But look at the way he's going. Another attempt on the inside there, and it looks to me like Thomas Crooch in 4th spot, and John Ross slipped down to 5th.
That's outstanding riding from these ones there. Covered, we said 100 metres before. It's about just a fraction over 2 seconds from the first two. What are we talking about? First 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just 2 seconds to set. That gives us some indication. 100 metres, first and second at the moment. All not over yet. Big challenge coming to Avalon Biddle, sitting at the front there, trying to hold Toby Summers at bay. Still does. And while that's all happening, of course, we see Rhys Holmes make the big move from third. Thomas Crooch waiting to pick up the pieces. And that's John Ross as well there too. An early race leader in that first race. Didn't seem to last for too long. And we did ask questions, of course, of his fitness at this stage of the series. Building up to the New Zealand Superbike Championship to preserve that #1 plate. But Avalon still leads from Toby Summers, Rhys Holmes, Thomas Crooch up there still in 4th, and that top 4 starting to move away a little bit, opening up a wee bit of a gap, and John Ross leads with the orange Repsol bike, leads the social pack through in that second group. And right behind him is Jaden Carrick, of course, will be interested only in finishing the race and putting points on the board after that misfortune crashing out there at Toyota in the latter stages of the first heat today. Avalon leads from Toby, Rhys and Thomas. There we are.
Thomas Crooch announced it prior to giving, or somebody announced on his behalf, but his German sponsors giving away a set of tyre warmers for the winner of the Formula 1 and the Formula 2 class today. So thank you very much to, I can't remember the sponsor's name, so that's very impressive, coming all the way from Germany, and a set of tyre warmers for the winner of the day. And what an excellent ride from Toby Summers, right round the outside. That was a
that was a big dive down there going into, I can never remember the name of that.
Pepsi Max Corner,
whatever that. I can read it, but I can't.
She's fighting back. She's fighting back. Second on it, and who it's going to be? In fact, it looks like Tommy Crooch maybe.
No,
was that Rhys Holmes going up to second?
Yeah, Rhys Holmes to second. So they come out of Toyota, and the 6 to go when it'll be 5 to go when they come around and cross the stripe next time around. Tom Crooch makes a big move as well there too. So Avalon Biddle's runs has gone well. We're not going to say 0 to 0. That's a bit unfair. But back into 4th place, and Toby Summers, as he would say, his rightful spot at the front of the field. Rhys Holmes right in behind him. Then we go back to Thomas Crooch up there into 3rd, and is that Avalon then into 4th. There we are.
Closing in.
So the German might be also hunting down his first, well, he's in the podium at the moment anyway, and Avalon, this has been a hard, fast pace with them all running in the 69s. It's all at the same pace as in qualifying as well there too, so it's a ripper out there for them at the moment.
2 laps to go, and Tommy Crooch has gone past Rhys Holmes into second place. Made it look easy down the back straight. They're both on Yamahas. So Rhys Holmes is out. He's put his hand up there. Something's gone wrong with his bike. So that's it. That's unfortunate.
The 24-hour bike may have come early for poor Rhys.
Yeah, have a dump. Somewhere along the road, because he needed the toilet. Let's get back to the racing action. There's only about 2 to 3 bike lengths in it between the Summers and the Tommy Crooch bike. Both Yamahas, we go down. Avalon Biddle seems to be coming back on strong as the man German just goes a little bit wide out of that left-hander in the S's. Then we go back to John Ross in 4th place.
Jaden Carrick will be keen. Well, he would have been keen to see one retirement there anyway, just to add to his points table. The back group, there's 2 Avalons all alone now in 3rd place. The back gap behind, led by John Ross, is closing up, and still they'll have 4 to go when they cross the stripe next time round. But it's all about Toby Summers and Thomas Crooch, the German. Remember, he is second for the past 2 years in the International Road Racing Championship, which is the big one, racing on street circuits in Europe. So this holds no fears for him whatsoever. He did well at the Cemetery Circuit last year, a popular visitor to New Zealand. We welcome him back again, and now we see the talent there as well. This is outstanding. Down on the inside of Toby Summers to the braking area for Toyota, and Summers, he knows the circuit better than Thomas Crooch does, and Summers does go wide, very quick through the apex. So Summers up on the inside will struggle. We saw Jaden Carrick in the first race doing that, but Thomas Cruise knows exactly what he has to do. Avalon Little sitting behind there, back in third, a lonely third, waiting to pick up the pieces, and Jaden Carrick all over the back there as well, and Daniel Metten of John Ross. That's a lovely little challenge for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. You can see that group at the hairpin now as well. In fact, I'm amazed at that gap between 3rd, Avalon Little, and back to 4th, 5th and 6th, led through by John Ross, has opened up to the extent that it has. There is a change in leader momentarily. As it stick, no it won't. And diving into Higgins, and he went wide, and now down the back straight they go. It is New Zealand versus Germany. That's where it's all at. It's a pity there's not a German flag down there either to reflect that, but we'll have that fixed by Wanganui, I'm sure we will. And coming out of the Maxi Pepsi band again, was done for so many years, and across the stripe, nothing in it, bike length, and that gap might actually still be closing a bit, likely to. Change the leader this time, and Toby Summers goes wide into Toyota, and finally Thomas Cruise gets the lead. So we had a lead and win the Bears race. Now we've got out there leading a New Zealand Super Sport race, brought to you with the compliments of Pirelli tyres as well. And Avalon Little also seeing a chance there now, and that gap between 3rd and 4th still remains big, and still remains now. Is that John Ross still?
That's no, Daniel Metten. No, it's Daniel Metten. He's got about 8 or 9 points over above John Ross. So John Ross just seems to be slipping back. Our Hoogenboozem's now coming through here on the bike, number 43.
That's making the big move.
He's styling up there and making the big move, and goes up on the inside of John Ross, and then behind them is Adam Chambers.
Now we asked the question, of course, where's our race leaders? That's Avalon. No, down here. We've lost.
Race leader coming
I'm just looking at that gap. That gap is bigger than I ever expected it to be, because Toby was sort of holding him out for so long, and all of a sudden across the stripe, Thomas Cruise goes across the stripe. He'll get the white flag next time round, and it's very off the pace, strangely enough.
Starting to come across back markers now.
Yes.
Just one in sights at the moment. I'm not sure of her that is, but whether it's going to be a concern at the moment. There's probably 8 to 10 bike lengths between 1st and 2nd place, and that looks to me like John
No, Toby Summers still very much the man on the pace here. Yeah, it is too. What's going on? Moving through the back markers, and Toby Summers right up on the tail again there. He's not going to give this one away easily. Interesting thought too from Toby's race-side comments at the end of that first race. Hot weather, hot track, fast racing, and even over 12 laps, and you feel it. It's a matter of fitness as well. He's certainly a fit man to boot, no question about that. But it just goes to show a lot of effort put in by these guys, a huge amount of concentration, and of course fitness levels are important. We mentioned that before with John Ross. Sitting back there in 6th at the moment, Alistair Hoogenboozem on that last lap has made the move through. But we'll get the white flag this time round. The man with the white flag about to wave it, looking for someone to wave it to, and he will do so. In fact, we're going back to what should be the case. You don't wave white flags, you hold them steady, and it was held steady. So Toby Summers, is there anything he has in the back pocket for the last lap? And again, coming out of Toyota, and that is where Thomas Cruise seemed to have the makings of, well, not really, but just a bit through there. Through the midfield S as he goes. Remember, he was number 2 in Europe in the International Road Racing Championship last year and again this year, and he only had, I think, about 4 or 5 first places, top of the podium. A very, very popular rider in Germany and in Holland and in Belgium, well known in those races over there, and only had 2 DNFs, and neither of them caused by any accident or any part of his part at all, machine problems. Powering out of Higgins for the last time. Can Germany do it over New Zealand this time? The gap remains 50-60. Listen, we said that before, and all of a sudden behind the tyre wall things happened. Is it going to be the same again this time? No, it looks right. Out of the big Pepsi sweeper, down towards the checkered flag. The checkered flag there. Thomas Cruise, his first win in New Zealand, and well, he'll be very, very happy as well, celebrating his Germans too. And the Toby Summers right behind, not so celebrating as Plumbers do. And right in behind them, Daniel, I should say, Avalon Biddle. That has been an outstanding ride by Avalon as well there too. And back from Europe, she has bought a